So WWE Money in the Bank is coming up this Sunday. 2 ladder matches on the card, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. We're going to focus primarily on the 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches and what they have going for them. We're also going to spend some time talking about our favorite Money in the Bank ladder matches, plus the cash-ins of the Money in the Bank contract. I'm BA. I'm joined by the Beard.
I'm here.
As always, he is here. I'm here. You're here. Thanks for clicking on Breakdown Wrestling and listening to what we got to say about, more specifically, WWE Money in the Bank.
Because it's Sunday.
Yeah, and we haven't... Last week, what was last week's deal? We were supposed to record last week. Well, I had something come up, and then you were sick.
Yeah, and then I couldn't talk, so...
And while I could have done this by myself, I chose not to.
Yeah, because you wanted...
I wanted the day off.
You just wanted to talk with Mose. So.
Yeah, I'd rather just leave. Dead serious. I don't want to do the show by myself. If I could, I would. I'd be done in like 20 minutes.
No, you wouldn't, because you'd be like, I don't like this. I don't like any of this.
No, because I wouldn't have to worry about anybody else and have to edit anyone else.
No, because
I can do one.
You did 4 intros by yourself, and I don't like any of these.
Well, I could have pieced it together.
The
trip up always came introducing you. So with that said, Money in the Bank, and everybody who's listening knows what Money in the Bank is. You win the ladder match, or whoever holds the contract gets a shot at the WWE or World Heavyweight Championship anytime they want within 1 year. So whoever wins it this upcoming Sunday has until Money in the Bank 2014, or by some chance maybe the July pay-per-view in 2014. Who knows? It could be they could do away with the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Which I wouldn't have a problem with.
I wouldn't have a problem with. I liked it when it was at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. There was something special about it.
Yeah, and it gave a whole bunch of people a chance to showcase what they can do at WrestleMania. But now it's its own pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah.
And the Money in the Bank ladder match, a lot of people know this, a lot of people don't, was a concept kind of thrown out by Chris Jericho. In his book, he said they had something. The original idea for WrestleMania 21 was the Hollywood Dream ladder match, where the winner got to make one wish, whatever they wanted, come true. RVD was going to win, apparently, and bring back ECW. Jericho said, because RVD was out and then they had a couple ideas thrown out, Jericho said, he goes, what about a ladder match where the winner gets a title shot the next night on Raw? And then they expanded the concept to be winner gets a world title shot anytime they want within a year. And it was originally just for the world heavyweight title, or for the title that was on Raw.
Yeah.
And it has expanded past that to be, it was first any championship, and then it became now there's 2 contracts, one for the WWE and one for the world heavyweight title.
Yeah, and whichever one you have, you can only go for that one.
Yeah, which
is dumb.
I like the idea of there being 1 briefcase, but the idea of there being 2, now you got 2 chances to elevate upcoming superstar. Like, the thing I like about Money in the Bank, and some people don't, is it gets a chance for a guy who should be in the main event or is main event caliber bumped up into that, next tier kind of by force.
Yeah.
You can almost do it instantly and you can build it up, or you can just wait. Guys like Edge waited. Dolph Ziggler waited.
He waited almost a damn year.
Edge is actually the one who had held onto the contract the longest and waited. He waited the longest before cashing in. Dolph Ziggler didn't. Dolph Ziggler, I think, is the number 2 longest holding onto the briefcase.
Because he cashed in...
He won it in July, but he waited until day after WrestleMania. Edge won it at WrestleMania and didn't cash in until the beginning of 2006. So he won it in 2005 and waited until January 2006 to cash in.
Which is like a month before WrestleMania.
2 months.
2 months.
So that was that. I mean, my favorite Money in the Bank cash in, I want to say, is Rob Van Dam. Me personally, I really like the way he went about cashing it in. He went out and announced, I'm cashing in my Money in the Bank contract for a shot at John Cena in the WWE Championship in a situation that works extremely well in my favor at ECW One Night Stand.
He did it in advance.
Him and John Cena are the only 2 to announce it in advance, but RVD's the only one to do that and actually win. And I just like the fact that RVD was like, I'm telling you when I'm coming for you, because I'm going to beat you. And I'm going to do it in a situation and in an environment that works out best for Rob Van Dam. Now, I also like CM Punk's first cash in, because I did not see that coming. I was actually I wasn't even watching. I logged on WWE.com and it says CM Punk, new World Heavyweight Champion. I was one of the few who was like, God, he's going to be the first guy to cash in and lose. Just because I didn't have faith in WWE's faith in CM Punk.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense at all. The second cash in
was my favorite.
And I love that one too because it was the beginning of the heel turn.
Yeah.
You know, the heel turn that would lead him into the straight edge society. Mm-hmm. It was the turn that was cool until they pulled it out completely out from under him.
Yeah. I just liked it because, you know, Edge and Triple H, Edge and Jeff Hardy, you know, beat the shit out of each other in a match. And Jeff Hardy, you know, wins victorious. I fucking can't stand Jeff Hardy. Here comes out CM Punk, comes in there, takes it away from him with the
2
contract.
GTSs.
Yep. And I was cheering because I fucking can't stand Jeff Hardy.
It's one of those things. A lot of people have the issue with, oh man, you won the title after the guy got beat up or whatever. That's your prerogative. You can cash in whenever you want.
You can
do what guys like Edge did. Edge did it twice. He waited for a champion to be injured and incapacitated.
Yeah. Which is a dick move, but hey, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
And you know what? CM Punk said it the best. You guys didn't have a problem when I did it to Edge, but because I did it to Jeff Hardy, somebody you love, then you got a problem with it.
Yeah, fuck you.
If you like the guy who's cashing in and you hate the guy he's cashing in on, then you cheer him. But it's one of those, it doesn't matter. Like, it happens. Like, Jack Swagger cashed in Money in the Bank on Chris Jericho. That was like a heel-on-heel cash-in. And I did not see the point in Jack Swagger winning Money in the Bank. Because he wins the damn contract, he wins the world title, and then like proceeds to look like a jackass for 2 months, barely scraping by in title defenses, you know, losing on TV almost all the time to everyone. But then when it comes to the world title, he magically wins.
Of course, because it's for the world title.
A champion should be on top, and I think they didn't wait long enough for Jack Swagger. But I think that's because they wanted to do the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, is why they had to cash in early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that was the same year Money in the Bank debuted as its own pay-per-view with 2 separate ladder matches, which I thought was kind of like, why are they doing a Money in the Bank pay-per-view? There's only going to be one contract. Oh, no, you get 2 contracts. And Kane won the World Heavyweight title ladder match. And The Miz, who is another, I wish Miz would have been the first person to cash in and lose. But have him put up like a hell of a fight against, I think Randy Orton was the champ. Have Orton and have The Miz say, I'm cashing in at the Royal Rumble. Just say, I'm going to walk the road to WrestleMania, the entire road to WrestleMania as WWE champion. Lose and then kind of build him up over the next couple of months. That way, when he finally did win it, you would have to take The Miz seriously.
Yeah,
I could not take The Miz seriously as a main event star. I can't take him seriously now.
I don't mind him.
I don't hate him as much as I used to. I don't get it. I don't get why he gets cheered as much. But hey,
he's not the character he was, so that's good. I
kind of preferred him as the kind of douche character
instead of actually the well-respected.
Hey, I inherited the figure 4 from Ric Flair, but that's not what we're talking about. We won't get into any of this.
We're talking about Money in the Bank.
I think Mr. Kennedy, who won the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania 23, that was a huge missed opportunity. Because I know he got injured or something, and they decided to take the briefcase away from him. Yeah. And then it turns out he wasn't as injured as his doctor already said. Mm-hmm. And poor Mr. Kennedy, like every time they gave him a push, he got injured or suspended for something, and the push got taken away from him. Yeah. I really feel like the Money in the Bank ladder match, like he was the odds-on favorite in that match. Each of them tend to have the odds-on favorite. Mm-hmm. But like in WrestleMania 23, I really think Mr. Kennedy should have. Honestly, I would have waited. Maybe WrestleMania 24 1 year later. You know, he's injured, but you know what?
But then
let's have him sit on that. So we wouldn't have had. Punk would have won Money in the Bank in that year. But I mean, Edge took the briefcase from Mr. Kennedy because he got injured, and that kind of brings you to the Mr. Kennedy's the only person to defend the briefcase and lose it. Edge is the first guy to win it without winning the ladder match.
Yeah,
and he cashed it in like almost immediately after winning it on The Undertaker.
Yeah, we almost could have had another one of those last year because it was Ziggler versus Jericho. Career for
briefcase.
Briefcase, and of course,
Yeah, we almost saw it with Cena winning the briefcase, which would have been total shit. Like that would have not. But you know what? It was Dolph Ziggler's time, and I hate the fact that the Dolph Ziggler cashes in Money in the Bank. That crowd response was great.
Amazing.
That post WrestleMania crowd loved Dolph Ziggler.
They'll cheer anything. They were.
They were cheering Michael Cole for the love of God that night. But no, Dolph Ziggler winning Money in the Bank. Everybody's like, this is his chance, and then he gets the concussion, and then they take the title off of him. And I feel like he'll be World Heavyweight Champion again, hopefully before the end of the year. I don't know if it's going to happen this Sunday at Money in the Bank, but hey, Dolph Ziggler is now world champion, a 2-time world champion. Granted, both reigns aren't impressive quality-wise because the second reign I don't think he even defended it.
No,
I think he defended it once, maybe once.
He was supposed to defend it at. Oh, I was going to say he's supposed to defend it at Extreme Rules, but then he had the concussion.
Yeah, the first reign was like 11 minutes long. Like it was nothing.
Long at all.
But and I almost don't like counting that one, but I do count it because WWE they officially recognized that run. That was a world title reign. It was 11 minutes. Another
so he's
one
two-time.
One that we should definitely bring up: Daniel Bryan winning Money in the Bank, because when he won that, I was shocked because I really thought Wade Barrett was going to win that year. I really thought Wade Barrett was going to win that Money in the Bank ladder match the year Daniel Bryan won, just because, again, I don't have any faith in WWE, or at least at that time, I didn't have any faith in them pushing somebody like Daniel Bryan, just based off their tendency to have certain guys need to have the look.
As CM Punk, said, they have the
muscle bound,
the muscle bound, yeah.
And it's
the steroid look. That's what it was.
Yeah, the steroid look, and it's like that. Those times are gone. And Daniel Bryan winning the World Heavyweight Championship in the way he did, and then losing it the way he did.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was the beginning of the rise of Daniel Bryan. The whole yes thing, the yes chant has transcended WWE. It's transcended it made Daniel Bryan a legit main eventer. When done right, the Money in the Bank briefcase could be a godsend for guys like Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, CM Punk, and it could be kind of a double-edged sword for guys like Jack Swagger, maybe The Miz, and Del Rio. Because Del Rio is a former winner of Money in the Bank briefcase. He went on to win the WWE title from CM Punk, but then would lose it right back to CM Punk, after a feud with John Cena.
Yeah.
And then that would kickstart CM Punk's 400-plus day. 434 day reign as WWE champion. But Money in the Bank, I love the concept. I love the idea that it adds this unpredictable element. And if there was only one match, it wouldn't need its own pay-per-view. I'm saying move it back. Either move it back to WrestleMania or move it to SummerSlam.
I wouldn't have a problem with the other one. One thing that I think would be kind of cool, I don't know if it's just me, but still have the two matches and two things, but you could go after any belt you wanted. Like,
that would defeat the purpose of having the two ladder matches.
But then you could have two people still have opportunities, but they can go after whatever they wanted to.
It would make it mean less, though. You know what I mean? Like, I can win either one of these and then challenge for whatever title I want. And it's like, let's have two Royal Rumbles. You know what I mean? Yeah, there are two heavyweight titles, like I'm using air quotes when I say it, but there are only two titles that you can really cash it in on.
I can't remember who I was talking about. They were saying like they should just unify them together.
They should unify the two world titles and then have one Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah,
and that would be great.
But then you have the two road shows. Going SmackDown and Raw.
We're not talking about that. No. We're talking just Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
There should be only one briefcase because it adds a certain thing of unpredictability.
Who knows who's up for it?
Who's going to what show or who's cashing in on, when are they going to cash in? It just adds one element for one guy to be unpredictable. But if we're going to have two, let's have two. Define them, though. Don't have it be like challenge for whatever title you want, guys. It needs to be you can challenge for the WWE title anytime you want, and you can challenge for the World Heavyweight title anytime you want. Have the lines defined, because once you start blurring them, then it doesn't mean anything. Whoever wins the Royal Rumble, they can choose whichever shot they want. Money in the Bank should be a one briefcase, one title
and then
option.
You can go for either one.
Yeah. Or just have the two world titles unified and then just go after the one guy.
Like someone It could be like someone from Raw sneaking into SmackDown or something, you know, and then cashing in.
But those lines go with it, and those lines aren't defined anymore.
No.
Which is why unify the rosters, unify the title.
Let's go back to the way it was.
So with WWE Money in the Bank coming up Sunday, they have two ladder matches. The WWE Championship Money in the Bank ladder match, which is to be called it's the All-Star Money in the Bank. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Sheamus, Christian, Kane, and Rob Van Dam. I don't know about you, but I'm thinking Daniel Bryan. Like, that's my only pick. I'm not going to go, well, maybe Randy Orton. No, I'm putting my money down. Daniel Bryan wins Money in the Bank for the WWE Championship.
I kind of have two picks. I either have Daniel Bryan or Rob Van Dam, but one of the two.
It's just one of those things. You look at it, it's got to be Daniel Bryan. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's on fire right now. I keep saying it, every video we can go back and check. Is there anybody more over than Daniel Bryan?
No.
Does anybody look better than Daniel Bryan right now on TV? Like, RVD's the only one who hasn't had a chance, but, you know, he's coming back. He's going to be part-time. I'm just happy RVD's back.
Yeah.
But Daniel Bryan, and I've said this time and time again, wins Money in the Bank, should go on to challenge John Cena or whoever the WWE champion is. And I'm thinking should be Cena at WrestleMania 30 and make John Cena tap out in the main event. Not because I hate Cena, just because it'd be the right thing to do.
Make him cry again.
Yeah, transfer the new face of WWE, Daniel Bryan. Then they got the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank ladder match. The thing I like about this, all bad guys, all heels. Wade Barrett, Dean Ambrose, Cody Rhodes, Jack Swagger, Antonio Cesaro, Damian Sandow, and Fandango. I'm thinking I really see maybe Ambrose or Wade Barrett.
I want Ambrose to make it. I could care less really about Barrett. I haven't seen him do much.
It's one of those things, because he's not doing much in WWE sense, it makes perfect sense. Because when Daniel Bryan won Money in the Bank the first time, he was like on a losing streak and he wasn't winning. He was getting his ass kicked. And that's how they tend to do Money in the Bank. Sometimes the guy I really don't want it to be Fandango. If it's Fandango, I'm going to lose my damn mind. I'm not going to be happy at all. But I'm thinking Dean Ambrose. There's still time for Dean Ambrose. Mm-hmm. He still has, you know.
He's got his U.S. reign right now.
He's the U.S. champion. There's still plenty of time before Dean Ambrose can be World Heavyweight Champion. He still has tons of time.
Oh yeah, they just got on, so
they haven't even been around a full year.
No,
I'm saying maybe Money in the Bank 2014. Dean Ambrose, if he's not already a heavyweight champion at that point, should win a Money in the Bank briefcase. Mm-hmm. But as a fan, I would love to see Dean Ambrose do it. But I'm thinking maybe Wade Barrett. That's just my call.
Yeah, because I wouldn't mind Antonio Cesaro, but I don't see it happening.
Not with what they're doing. They just started doing stuff with him,
which is good. I like to see him, back on Raw and stuff.
It's better that than just wrestling on Superstars and nobody knowing you exist.
Yeah,
And
he's been doing a lot with NXT, but.
And speaking of NXT, we saw the debut of the Wyatt Family on Raw this past Monday night, and I have a little bit of an issue with little things about it. I would have loved to see a promo and a match, and not just some random attacking of Kane. But it's an impact. I mean, I was telling my brother, it's not necessarily the debut, it's what you do after that. You got to follow up. It wasn't something super overwhelming, but it wasn't something underwhelming. Like, for what it was great. I like the whole idea coming out with the lantern.
Yeah, that intro thing was cool. I liked that.
And I like how he blows out the lantern, the lights come on, and then they're beating Kane up. Little things here and there. I hated the crowd chanting Husky Harris. I wish the crowd would have responded better.
Yeah.
I wish the Husky Harris thing isn't going away. Because unfortunately, like when Kane was Isaac Yankem, DDS, or when he was Fake Razor, or like even Raven, when he was Scotty Flamingo or Johnny Polo or whatever his character was. Yeah. Husky Harris is going to haunt Bray Wyatt for a while. Unfortunately for him, we live in an era where people can go look stuff up about you. Back then, guys like Raven, Kane, when they had these terrible characters before they got to the one that made them famous, nobody could immediately go look it up. Some people might know it, but they wouldn't chant, the ECW fans would chant Scotty Flamingo or Johnny Polo at Raven.
You can tell
but
the
after
old school
a while,
fans.
they win you over, and then that's the end of it, and hopefully that's the case.
When was he Husky Harris?
In 2009, 2010.
That wasn't during NXT or Nexus, was it?
It was during the new Nexus.
Okay.
Right around the end of the Wade Barrett Nexus, beginning of the CM Punk new Nexus.
Yeah, okay.
But no, I'm looking forward to what they do with the Wyatt family. Like, everybody's like, oh, they're gonna feud with Undertaker and Kane, and I'm hearing Taker is actually out with a legit injury again. Who knows? We'll see. Time will tell. But it's not about necessarily the arrival. They're here. Mm-hmm. We finally got what we wanted. The characters, what we thought it was going to be. It debuted perfectly, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. It was
just
great.
I want to see where they go from here. I'm thinking next week we need to see some matches from the family, a promo by Wyatt and in front of the crowd, because I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Wonderfully handled debut, I think.
I remember when you were getting all excited about him. What was it, like last year or something when we first started the show? You kept showing me photos or videos of him from NXT. He's here now,
and I couldn't be more thrilled with how it came across well. They didn't. It wasn't like a dead silent reaction. That was my biggest fear.
Yeah, people were just gonna be like,
"Oh, boo," whatever. But I think it was so wonderfully built up.
"They're beating up Kane."
Yeah, we'll see where they go from there. But the Wyatt family debuted. Awesome job. Great delivery from everything that Wyatt did, with the pre-tape stuff leading up to the actual arrival. I'm happy with it.
I thought it was good. I only saw the little clip of it because I haven't gotten to watch Raw.
Yeah, but I think it was well done. And with that said, we talked about Money in the Bank. We talked about the Wyatt family. Click the links on the side. Do what you got to do to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and click over to the side. There should be a video about Ring of Honor and the World Title Tournament and some of the stuff that's going on with Ring of Honor and what we at Breakdown Wrestling think about what's going on with Ring of Honor. So click like, subscribe, and all that other stuff. And
go click the other video.
Yeah, do it now.